Hello, hello. Welcome to Grown Ask Women TV. Oh, yes, thanks for asking. That is a hashtag, as you can see here. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We're so happy to have you here if you're watching on replay. Don't forget, we're here in the live chat every single week. Hello to all the chatters. And in the chat room, I should say, we want to
hello, down
below. A few things. Hello below. Hello, below. Why don't we ever say that? We want to invite you to do a few things before we kick things off here. Number one, please like this video. Give us that thumbs up. Very important. Make sure that you are subscribed to our channel. And finally, click that bell icon.
Bell! You got a bell!
Welcome home.
Welcome home. You got to click that bell so you never miss any notifications, and you're never going to miss a future episode of GAW TV if you click that bell. So do it now, please.
Do it now. Quickly, without hurrying.
Do it.
But no,
Do
right
it.
now.
But hurry.
And
Remember
while
that?
you're at
Do
it, here we are live, 5 p.m. Eastern, as always, every Wednesday, GAW TV. But we also have a huge after party after the show. If you like what you're seeing doing here, we wrap it all up at the top of the hour over on our Patreon page.
Yeah, we do.
And what does it get?
You get the juicy.
Juicy.
You get the juicy, and you get the full unedited episode, obviously, first before everybody else, which is really, really cool. And we just announced, ladies, for our gorgeous members this month, I'm very excited to say that we are going to do a very special holiday themed, yes, Pixie's in for it, episode with we're going to do one-on-one calls with all of our top tier Patreons.
Yes.
And our best holiday themed outfit. I haven't decided what I'm going to wear yet.
I don't
I
know.
haven't either. I'm sure you have a lot though, Mickey.
I think I
You
did
have a
an
lot
elf
of Christmas
last-
stuff.
I do. I think I did an elf last year. Didn't I do an elf last year?
I'm going to be themed out. And yeah, like Mickey said, it's a private chat. It's just like being on GAW TV, but you're the guest. So all of our top tier patrons get one-on-one time with all of us. So get over to patreon.com/GAW TV and select that gorgeous tier. So first week of December, we can chat with you one-on-one and get to know you.
And don't forget, we have a podcast out, you guys. We have a podcast, Unfiltered. Thank you to big shout out to A Wrestling Gal. So follow her. She's amazing. She gets a lot of interviews of a lot of up and comers. So follow her, but don't forget to listen and subscribe to our podcast. It's freaking off the charts.
It is.
Which is off the charts is what else? The theme song for Empower. Way back in the country. Rooftops in the city. See, Pixie wants it.
Yeah. Her breath smells like old mushrooms.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a real
Maybe
thing.
she's been shrooming real hard. You never know. No, I thought she looked really happy and chilled. Maybe she's been shrooming.
Look at the colors. Look at the colors.
I can hear colors. I love that.
The colors.
I can hear all the colors. Well, as Lisa said, we got a lot for you to download, a lot more juicy versions of GAW TV, but we also want you to rep the merchandise, represent GAW TV when you can. As you can see behind me here, we have an official GAW TV pillow. We've got fanny packs. We've got tons of shirts and tons of new merchandise that's just come to our GAW TV store. So have a look at that. It's in the description. We want you to be out there spreading the word of GAW TV and looking the part,
Yeah.
Totally.
Look at, I'd love it when you'll see who's Anthony in the chat, and he's always got the GAW TV t-shirts on.
He does.
He really does.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci. We're doing a lot of thank yous today.
We are.
Thank you
shout
so
out.
much. No, we are. We're super grateful, right, for everybody here, and for obviously our sponsors at LegacySubs.com. You guys, if you haven't been over there, you can go check out. There's Her Legacy for the ladies. There's Legacy Subs for the men. There we just have the wellness line, which has like apple cider vinegar chewables. I haven't had them yet.
That's so good for you, apple cider vinegar. Oh my God. When I'm sick, I down
the shots of it, like with the mother, the Bragg's mother vinegar. Yeah.
Yep.
Brutal.
It's not always easy to choke down.
Brutal.
It's brutal. Yeah, it can be brutal, but no, we have those. We have a whole new wellness line and a CBD line out now. So if you use that code, what's the code, ladies?
GAW.
Made it real simple for you.
Super easy. You can get 10% off your order. And now we're doing subscriptions. So you can sign up today and you'll never run out. How about it?
Get over there.
Get over there now.
LegacySups.com.
Oh my gosh. We're also excited for our next guest,
I
Mickie.
know.
Yeah.
Our guest.
This
Our
is
guest,
one of the
we have
most requested ones, don't you think? Because we were saying on Twitter, like, who do you want to see? And almost every time this gal's name comes up.
Yeah. And she's amazing. And I think, to see her grow so much and then have the history of, because she was a big, wrestling fan, obviously. And so, and
And a Mickie James fan. And a
Yeah.
Mickie James fan.
Aren't we all?
Yes. So I'll have to wait to talk about it so we get into that. But ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the hottest flame, Miss Kiera Hogan.
Woo! Come on down.
Come on. Bob
Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Oh my God.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh my God. Oh, no wonder your hair took forever.
It
Yeah.
really
Holy
did.
crapola. 8 hours?
8 hours.
Oh my God, were you so bored in that chair?
Well, I had my phone, my braider had the TV on, we were talking, it wasn't that boring, but sitting there in one spot for 8 hours, I was like, all right, I need to get out of here.
Yeah. Bed sores.
Well worth it. You look amazing. So nice to virtually meet
amazing.
you.
So nice
Yes.
to meet you.
I'm so
Oh my
happy
God.
you're here. This is
Yeah.
very exciting. I guess I didn't realize that you two had never met.
No, we never gotten to work together. That's the shame of it. But then we have GAW TV, so we get to virtually meet the new up and comers. We were just saying that you're one of our most requested guests. We ask the Twitter fans all the time who they want to see, and girl, it's you. It's
It
you.
is
Oh, it's me?
It's you. It's little old you.
Yes.
You. And then we like to start our show. Our favorite part is what you drinking, what you wearing.
Mm.
Actually, scratch that. What you wearing, what you drinking. We've been
Okay.
messing that up every week, right, Mickie? We've been messing that up.
I think it's who you're wearing. What do you drink? It all makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Listen, we've
yeah,
had some cocktails. This is the kind of show that this is. Nothing has to
Oh.
be perfect.
Well,
Exactly.
I have my morning coffee this morning going on in my Christmas mug with the K on it for me. And then I always rock the flames, so I got my
Yes.
flames on again. But this shirt is actually from Fashion Nova, and it says "Bad Bitch Tour" on it.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
cool.
you.
Why wasn't I on that tour? What the?
You're always on that tour, Mickie. Come on now, don't play.
I'm always on the bad
In
bitch
spirit.
tour.
You're always on the
Bad
tour.
bitch tour.
Yes.
I've been to all the cities. I've seen all the bad bitches. Love it.
Now look at Blaze in the background.
Oh,
And the corgi. Is that a corgi?
He's a corgi.
he's
Look
a,
at that.
Corgi butt. I
he's
can't.
doing a
I
heckin'
like
quick
their
check.
butts. Like when they walk, it goes.
And they're like,
Oh, and he has a nice fluffy butt too. It's
Fluffy
great.
butt.
He's so cute. Mickie,
Yeah.
what are you drinking, and who are you wearing this evening?
Well, I'm doing a little coffee as well this morning, and I was gonna rep my collar and elbow friends. with
Ah!
some- I'm in
Ah,
sweats
Al
today, you
Snow,
guys,
Al
'cause I
Snow.
was yeah. So repping them today. Oh, and I'm wearing this aside from my little chakra. I'm wearing the St. Amos bracelet, which
Ooh.
is John Stamos's organization, that they're his bracelets, but he does with child help. Val, you okay?
I'm okay. You had
I
me.
love John Stamos.
I know.
I love John Stamos.
If you
So
could sleep
these are
with any
bracelets.
guy, if you could sleep with any guy, who would it be? John
John
Stamos.
Stamos is my best friend.
Step brothers.
Come on. But yeah, his family is really like big into philanthropy. I can't even say the word right now. But so he made these bracelets for Child Help, the organization that I work with, and so we were there at the Christmas gala last year, the year before,
What's the
pre-COVID.
symbols on there, Mickie? What are those
They're
symbols? Like
little
Aquarius?
not like Saint Anne's. It's all Catholic stuff. And I'm not
Okay.
Catholic, but God is love, love for all. And all the proceeds from the bracelets went back to Child Help. So that was the cool thing. So
Okay,
Oh,
so he's
wow.
into philanthropy. He's gorgeous, and he likes jewelry. I mean, what's
Come
up?
on.
And he's married to a supermodel.
He
Is
is
he?
married to
He
a
has a
supermodel.
perfect life.
Deservedly so. Oh my
Stunning.
God. Well, Rebecca Romaine Stamos?
Yes.
Yes. I
Are
don't
they
think they're
still
married
together?
anymore.
Are they still together?
We'll ask him next week when he's our guest.
He's single. Get up. Yep.
Oh, John Stamos.
John
Oh
Stamos.
my God.
What about you, Lisa? You look like a little pussycat.
What's new?
Meow,
Pussycat?
meow, meow, meow. Yeah, I got this. I got this hat. This was. Do you remember Kmart? There's no Kmart's anymore
There's
at
not?
all. No, I got this 8 years ago, and I was so pissed I didn't buy a whole bunch because I like, my Comic Cons, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I am. So I'm wearing that. I'm wearing my a TNA little sparkly shirt. Do you remember when we got these?
I remember that
those
shirt.
with the
Yeah,
thrill with-
available on my Big Cartel, Lisa Marie Varon BigCartel.com. I'm going through all my old shirts, getting rid of everything. I just have too much crap, and I'm vibing on little vitamin water from Costco, and I just poured myself just a smidget of red wine in my Darth Vader.
Goodness. Darth Vader
Okay.
mug.
evil red wine. I am also not drinking coffee. No offense, ladies, but it is around cocktail hour here in the UK. I am back home in the UK, my second home, I should say. I'm doing a little pink lemonade and vodka in a wine glass because I'm keeping it classy. I'm trying to.
It is. So
What you
is
wearing
pink
though?
lemonade, is it British lemonade or
It is.
American lemonade?
Get ready to be impressed, ladies and gents. Coming closer for this one. It is crystal light, low calorie water drops put into vodka to make the vodka soda taste like a pink lemonade. Boom, bam. There you go.
That is so genius.
Genius.
Keeping
That's
it
cute.
low-cal for SoCal. And thank you, Lisa. I am wearing my River Island houndstooth little blouse, and I've got my beret on. I have to say
Nice.
the cold weather is exciting for me. I'm channeling my inner Emily in Paris, which is coming back to Netflix on December 22nd for those keeping score at home.
Oh, did you love it? I didn't watch. I kept seeing the previews and I was like, I put it in my watch list, but I haven't watched it.
Oh,
It is everything right with television. It is so fluff and camp and silly and watchable and likable and joyous. It's exactly what people needed in COVID. And the fashion,
Yeah.
dear God, girl can dress.
Yeah.
It is so good.
Yeah.
well, you look like really up. Like you had jet lag, major jet lag. You look beautiful, Val, for having jet lag.
Thank God for filters. Yeah, no, my jet lag is real. I slept for, I think, 13 hours the first day and like 11 or 12 on the second day. My husband, Alan, got home like a week before me and he's still jet lagged. So it's really hard to get back to the, and then it gets dark here at 4 p.m. now. I forgot all about that. That's
Oh.
weird. Yeah.
It
Like
starts
back
super
at like
early.
4:30. Very weird.
Yeah. I will also say I love River Island so much. I got one of my jackets from. I love them.
Gail Kim loves River Island too.
Love
Kira,
a bit
have
of
you been to
River
the
Island.
UK? Have you ever gotten to go shopping or do anything over here in the UK before?
No, it's completely my dream. I've never been overseas anywhere, to Japan, to the UK, to Germany, anywhere, but I have so many people always hitting me up, like fans asking me when I'm coming to the UK, and I really want to go over there because I know the wrestling is incredible and I know I could learn so much going over there. It's a dream of mine to go to the UK. I've always wanted to go over there.
We would be thrilled to
Yeah.
have you. And you know what? I'm sure it's just a matter of time before, you do some shows over here and hopefully you get to travel more. Now that we're allowed to travel, thanks a lot, Miss Rona, for that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's getting over with. But for the fans here that had you in such high demand, if there are other fans here that might not be as familiar with your illustrious career, can you give us kind of a synopsis of your background and kind of how you got into this crazy world of professional wrestling?
Well, I grew up as a fan. My dad and my brother, they were the ones who really got me into wrestling. My brother really, but my dad was a fan growing up and my mom kind of was too, but my brother and my dad were the ones who always were watching wrestling together. And I was just always so interested and captivated by what they were watching as a kid. Like, especially when I figured out that there were women that did it, I was like, women do this too? And honestly, swear, the first two women I ever saw were Mickie James and Trish Stratus. So from that point on, I was like,
Hooked.
okay. I was hooked from that point. From that point, I became obsessed. When I say obsessed, I used to write my own storylines as a child. So I was always obsessed. I was always obsessed with like the physicality of it, but also the glamour, the theatrical part. Like I was just so invested into the complexity of wrestling, even from a young age. Like I was always into like acting, and I was always in sports as a kid. I played soccer for 10 years. So it was always something I was like, I think I could do that. I think that would be something I'm really in love with it. I feel like I'm super invested into it. And at 14 years old, I was like, I think I can be a professional wrestler. And Kiera.
Okay, yeah.
The rest is history.
Wow.
When
Wow.
you said, there was a picture, Kiera, I love you so much. I'm so happy that
I love you.
here. Kiera and I have had our crying moments, many crying moments, and one of them was on. I saw your interview with NWA. We're not going to talk. I'm not going to cry, but I
No
just love her
tears.
so much, and I've watched her grow from like this little girl to now blossoming into this badass. And you're taking over. You're gonna be doing all the things. So I'm very excited for you and your
Oh,
future.
stop my heart. Don't make me cry.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we'll have to call it the Bad Bitch Tour. I think that's just
The Bad Bitch Tour. Yeah, we'll
Fitting.
do it together.
Period. Oh
I
my
wasn't going to
God.
mention the crying thing, but Kiera, I hope you know I am the crier of this group. So I was going to make a joke about crying. I cry out over everything. I'm just such a sensitive person.
Same.
But
Same.
we saw that video and I was so touched by it just because first of all, I was a huge fan. I mean, we talk about this all the time. I was like wanting to be a diva and, do all the modeling shoots and stuff. But I mean, in that moment, it was just so raw and real. And I saw it on my Twitter. And I was like, oh my God, I was so touched that you were so touched by that moment and that you were such a fan of Mickie because we're as big of fans as you are.
Yeah.
Wow. It was honestly so surreal. Like even when it happened, I couldn't believe it. And that's why I was in such tears because I just couldn't believe that I had finally gotten to this point in my career where it was something I had promised my best friend who I still keep up. We're not as close as we used to be when we were growing up, but she was the one girl who I was always going to wrestling shows with. I met Mickie multiple times with her and I always keep up with her. And even telling her, like, I finally got to wrestle her, she was like, I can't believe you stuck with this and you finally got to where you wanted to be. And I'm so proud of you. Like for me to just be able to speak something into existence and work towards that goal and to do it with somebody who literally I've been watching since the first time I laid eyes on wrestling is such a full circle moment. It's so full circle.
We're so proud of you. That's amazing. Cheers to that.
So proud.
Cheers to making it happen. Proud of you.
Love you.
And sticking to it because like it's such people have no idea how difficult this business is. And to stick, there's just so many obstacles, like people telling you no. You just have to keep on trucking along. As
For a
Will
woman,
Ferrell
I think,
says.
especially for a woman too. It's like it makes it even because there's less opportunities, for women. So, but I'm so proud of you. And when I say I would see, Kiera would come to my music, which not, some fans come to my music shows, but mostly it's music fans that come to my. She would come to even the ones in Atlanta and then the Mad Life Studio show she came out. Yeah.
The music shows, yeah.
Cool. Oh man, I took my friend Saraya to see your concert. She had never heard your music or anything, but after that day, she was like, I love Mickie James. I just love her. I met her. Oh my God, I see why you love her so much. I love her. And the picture that you signed for her, she has no wrestling pictures on her wall. Her husband at the time was a wrestler. But she was not really into wrestling and she put that picture up on her wall. And every time I walked in her house, I was like, you remember when we met Mickie James? She's like, oh, I love her.
I love that.
It was really special to me, because it's like when you see fans come to your music show and they purposely go out of their way, like they support you in wrestling, but when they come over. So I think that's what really made me remember her. And she told me then, like, I'm going to be a wrestler. And then I remember when you first signed up, who'd you go? Did you go to George South School? Who'd you go to?
No, I went to WWA 4 under Curtis Hughes.
That's right. That's right. So I remember when she first signed up as well. And I was like, oh, I'm so excited for you. But then you hear and then it's just to watch it. And then I went back to WWE. So I've then just watched her grow and then go to TNA.
Yeah.
Stuff over there.
Wow.
You and Tasha killed it. Like you two together are still, y'all are freaking amazing together. So whenever that you reunited tour happens, it'll be amazing, but I'm excited to see you spread your wings now and do so many things. And, now at AEW and hopefully we'll still see you at NWA.
Yes, you will.
Well, luckily the companies are now working together. Oh, what a concept. We took this long to get along. I'm like, hello. But describe your time with TNA / we always say TNA, Impact Wrestling. Describe your time there. And then we want to get into AEW too, because that's so exciting.
Well, being at Impact TNA, honestly, like growing up first and foremost, when a lot of the WWE divas were leaving and a lot of things were happening. I remember when Mickie got released, it was devastating to me because even as a teenager, I could see like what was happening with the women and how unfair it was. I was a huge advocate. I did YouTube videos about it because I wanted people to understand my thoughts about women's wrestling. I was just so heartbroken that WWE was treating the women like that because I didn't think that they deserved it, even at that point when women's wrestling was still kind of coming into its own, and women were still trying to fight for that time to even be given. So I found TNA. My cousin, he watched TNA, and I was like, what is this? It's another, he was like, it's another company, whatever. The Knockouts, oh my God, like the Knockouts just had such a huge impression on me because of the things that they were doing at the time that they were doing it. It was almost like taboo for the Knockouts to be doing the things that they were doing because women weren't doing things like that. And from that point, I was like, you know, I really want to be a diva, but I really want to be a knockout. The Knockouts are killing it. Like they do so many things. They don't I was so immersed into what the Knockouts were doing at that time.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I want to be a knockout. I want to be a knockout. And then I was wrestling. I got into wrestling. I was like, you know, I still want to be a knockout. I still want to go to WWE, but wherever the wind takes me. I'm a free spirit. I like kind of go wherever the wind takes me. And then I was at a Shine show in Florida, and Gail and Jeremy Borash were there watching the show. It was around the Mae Young Classic time, the first one. And I wrestled Priscilla Kelly. That night I actually got injured. I hurt my shoulder for, I don't know what time that was, but Jeremy Borash had been following me on Twitter for a while, and he asked me if I was like, you know, in talks with WWE or anything. And I was like, no. So he was like, can I send your information? And honestly, from that point, Scott called me. He was like, hey, do you want to come work with us? And I was like, are you serious? Like, yes.
Is this a joke?
Yeah, I literally was like, Scott, no, he left me a voicemail and everything. He was in the airport or something, and he was like, hey, this is Scott D'Amore. Can I? And I was like, no, this is a rib. Somebody's ribbing me, right? No, it was real. And he sent me the contract immediately. And just from that point, honestly, like I was so new. I was still so fresh. I was still so like wide-eyed, bushy-tailed.
How long had you been wrestling at that point?
I had only been wrestling. I got started in 2017, only like 2 years.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And I was just, like I said, I was so happy to be there. That point in my career, in my life, I was so happy to be there. I was just so blessed to have the opportunity. No matter what was thrown at me, I was going to take it for what it was, because I was just blessed to be there and to have that job and to have that opportunity. So in the beginning, yes, I was just really happy with everything that was happening. I was involved with a lot of people that I never thought I'd get to work with, like Allie and Rosemary and eventually Havoc and Taya and all these women that I've always wanted to work with. Havoc was at my WWE tryout a couple years before that. So the fact that I got to work with her down the line was even better. But my time at Impact, I grew so much in those 4 years that I was there, and I still feel in my heart that I'm not done there because of how I left. But at the end of the day, it was my choice. I love Impact so much. It's such a family, and I miss my sisters and I miss my family. Like, I just miss all of the stories that I was involved with and how interesting everything got and how different stories fed into different stories with these people, even though we had never ever connected before. Like, I just miss Impact and how much I had grown to be a part of that Impact family. And it was just such a whirlwind to be a part of that company, and I do very, very, very much miss it.
Yeah, it's hard because I think that I love that, because to think that you got signed though at 2 years in, and so now you're 6 years into the business.
7 years.
Huh?
7 years.
7 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's amazing. That's a lot to have done in such short time. You know, don't you think, Lisa? Like, and now to be able to go and change. I think that we often sometimes because I've been to different companies. Lisa, you may attest to this, but like the change part sucks because you leave, you know, this whole family that you've been a part of for so long. And that's kind of the hardest part, is the departure from the family to go into different opportunities and so many different things that you can do. But the doors never close. As long as you don't close those doors, I always say, as long as you don't
revolving.
close the
Yeah.
doors or burn the bridge. And even if you do kind of slightly burn the bridge a little bit, it's still mendable sometimes.
I know.
But there's I think that everyone is so excited to see your growth and to see what you're going to do now. You know, like it was exciting to see you go on the market and go as like the hottest free agent and kind of play that field and see what, and I get it. Like if that was like your only place that you've known, and to see, just kind of see what other opportunities and other matchups and different things that you could do for your own career. Like that is a personal career choice, and you have to like we all get to a stagnant choice, right? Where you can start to plateau, and sometimes you need to challenge yourself and challenge, like you had the stability of having you know what I mean? To see what you're capable of. And I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I respect it.
Yeah. Was there like, since you were like, that's also like when I saw TNA, I got obsessed with Awesome Kong and Gail Kim, and I was like, oh my God, these girls are freaking kicking ass.
Yeah.
And I was like, and when they offered me a contract, I was like, there were so many women that I've never faced. And I was just like, yes. And the pay wasn't great. I'll be honest with you. It was not like
Was it
WWE
at Fox
pay.
Sportsnet money, or were we on Spike TV at that time?
Exactly. We were on Spike at the time.
Okay, good.
But still, it was
So
not
what was the
the
Fox
best of money.
Sportsnet would have
Spike
been? Oh,
TV. Damn it, Spike. You want to talk?
Serious,
I got a show for you.
seriously.
Spike TV. I got a show for you.
you know they're tuning in right now, Mickie. Come
I got
on.
a show for you.
You know they are.
Yeah,
Them and
So
John
the
Stamos
Patreon
are at the
members
computer
only.
right now. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But was
Wait.
there any girl that you like were watching that you always wanted to face? Well, you got to face Mickie James. That's a dream come true. But like watching all this past wrestling, you're like, oh God, I want to face that person someday. You know, because we all have those little, you know, bucket list of people. I hope to be in the ring with them someday. You know?
Yeah. I mean, so growing up, I like, well, not even growing up, because even now, through my career, I've always just been so open to wrestling any and everybody, because I know no matter what the challenge is, I'm going to learn something. And I've always seen every match as a learning experience, no matter if it's good, bad, ugly, perfect, whatever. Like I want to be able to wrestle as much as I can, wrestle whoever I can, to learn as much as I can. Because like you said, I got to a point where I felt like everything was going well for me at Impact, but personally, I felt like I had plateaued. Like I'm like, something needs to give, something needs to change. I need to my move set, something. Like I feel like something internally it needs to get going. Like something is stopping. So that's the reason why, like you said, like I just wanted to be able to say I wrestle such and such, or say that I learned, like, you know, I just want to be able to expand my resume and learn more. I've wrestled, I feel like everybody in the knockouts division that I was with, and we had come up with so many different things, even though we had wrestled so many times. I just wanted more. I wanted something different. Not that I didn't want what I had. I just wanted something different. Sure. And I'm ready to wrestle whoever. Like I'm just like, who's next? I'm ready. Like, who wants to have a match with me? Like, I'm just ready to go.
Never know where the bad bitch tour is going to land next, basically.
And that's on period. We don't know where we're going.
We don't know.
Yeah. And every match is a learning experience. Every match is a learning experience. So like, there's like no such thing as a perfect match. I always say, like, you know, that's why, like, I think I don't know if you guys, I don't watch my own matches. I hate it. We had to do it in WWE because with Finley to go over our mistakes and stuff like that. But I hated watching it because I'm like, oh, that was supposed to happen. Shoot, that clothesline sucked. That arm drag, like you tear yourself apart, which makes you a better athlete, better pro wrestler, because you're never satisfied with your match, your last match. You're always wanting to better yourself. You
do
know?
You watch yourself back here, or do you cringe? Like I can't even like listen to myself announce. Like one time it was on the big Titantron or whatever they want, Geratron, whatever you want to call it in TNA, and I was doing some commercial and I'm like, is that my voice in a stadium? Like, oh my God. So even me hearing myself back, I can't even imagine like a match. But do you watch your own stuff, or do you hate it?
Oh man, I honestly have to. I have to watch old matches of myself too, because I feel like sometimes I forget things that I do. So I'm like, oh, I did that? Oh, okay, well, maybe I can incorporate that into now. So I always watch myself, because like you said, the last match, you always think about it. You're like, oh, I know that could have been better. I'm still kicking myself in the butt because of my last match, but it's like, okay, well, I can't keep thinking about what happened. I can move on to the next match, and whenever happens, maybe I can try that spot again. Maybe I can try that move again. Maybe I can try this again. Like, I love going back and watching things that I've done to just kind of stay humble and stay on top of things that I have done before or I can improve on.
Right.
Yeah. You can never remember like your matches. I remember when I went back to the Rumble, Mickie, I go, what's my repertoire? What moves do I do? I don't remember. I don't remember what I do out there.
What do I do?
I was like, I don't know. She goes, do the freaking sidewalk slam, the spider web, and
You're
like,
like,
all this.
oh, okay,
And
right.
I was like, oh yeah,
right, I do that.
oh yeah,
I do that.
Yeah, I'm
Because
like,
I was
"Well,
so
you know, with
out
the
of-
gimmick."
yeah. This thing where you power bomb them into that little that shitty
that
move.
thing you do.
know?
Hit a couple people with that bitch right there. Hit somebody with this one, you know?
Yeah.
Oh
Hassan.
yeah.
You hit them with the dangly dangly. Come on.
Dangle, dangle. Yep.
The dangle, come get you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Oh my
gosh.
God.
Well, Kiera, with
Oh my
social media, we always talk about the fans. Like, what I find interesting is like when you guys were talking about being in different companies or maybe transitioning from one to the other, like whether it's Shine and then getting into AEW, whatever. I feel kind of bad because some fans are very like loyal to certain companies, so they'll kind of like most fans will just love you and like Mickie said, even into music, they'll follow you into different genres. But some fans are very specific about, well, I only watch WWE, so if you're not going to be on that. So how has that been? How has your fan base taken to the fact that you've tried to grow in different companies? I think that's a really good plan and a good attack, to try to get different experiences. But have your fans been like disappointed or they've been supportive mostly?
It's kind of like down the middle. Like some people are like, oh, why did you leave? You should stay with Tasha. Why did you do that? Like some people don't understand, which obviously they're not going to understand. And I'm honestly not going to take the time to explain to try and get them to understand because it's my choice. But I mean, and some people, I've gotten a lot of fans being where I am now because a lot of people haven't seen me before. I'm in front of a whole new fan base of people who were, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't watch Impact because of whatever. But now that I'm on AEW, they're like, who is this? And then they go back and they watch my stuff and they figure out who I am. So it's kind of like half and half. Like some people are happy that I'm moving on. Some people want to stay with me. I do feel like because of who I am and what I advocate and who I am as a person, I feel like a lot of my fans have stayed with me. Yeah. Nobody has been like, I'm not watching you anymore. But a lot of people are more upset that I just left Impact because of me being with Tasha and, the things that I was doing. And of course, people wanted to see me wrestle Mickie in Impact for like the Knockouts title or whatever the case may be.
But you didn't know I was going to be there. That's the
I didn't know I said anything. I will say, promo, and then they didn't say anything. And I was like, so what does this mean? Like, is anybody going to tell me? No? Okay.
Yeah. So I think though, this is what I always say is like your real fans will follow you and support you no matter what you do. True fans support you, the artist, and they get like, I think people question, but nobody can understand why you make decisions that you make and the things that you do. And then there's obviously, like you said, there's brand loyalty of like people that, oh, I'm only watching this and only watching that. And they're lying. They watch everything.
They watch everything.
They watch it all. They will, because they got to watch it so they can bitch about the thing, so then they can justify their
how do you know if you don't watch it?
They're watching. They just but no, I think it's a great opportunity for you because like you said, there's people that are watching that brand, that are predominantly watching that brand, that perhaps hadn't seen you before. And so as you go and grow and do different things, you're always going to capture more people, and that's how you grow your audience. And like you said, are you having fun over there? You love it?
I like the girls in the locker room. Like a lot of girls, obviously my girlfriend, Diamante, worked there before I worked there. So I was there backstage a lot of the times, like helping girls do makeup, because I do makeup sometimes. I also have a lot of friends in the locker room that were excited for me to come over there. They're like, are you going to come over here? We want to wrestle you. I want to wrestle you. Like Tay and like Red Velvet, and of course one of my best friends, Big Swole, Nyla. Like a lot of the girls were just like, we want to wrestle you. I want to have a match with you because I know and I'm like, yeah, I want to have bomb ass matches with you too. I'm okay, so I'm here. But like I feel like there's a lot of moving parts going on at AEW right now, so I feel like a lot of things are getting lost in the shuffle, and I feel like I'm one of those things. But I'm just trying to stay positive and just focus on what I can control, which is just staying ready for whenever that opportunity does present itself.
Right.
And I'm excited because NWA, like I still am able to do like indie bookings under my contract and do things that honestly I can do because of my contract. So I'm able to still work and go out and things. And with the time that I do have off, I'm able to just focus on myself and working out and my moveset and going to training or getting bookings, hopefully, like I said, overseas or something with the time that I have off. Because it's only a couple of shows and like the dark and the elevation tapings are kind of sporadic when it comes to filming. I'm not really sure like the next time that I do work, but I just try to stay ready for, like I said, whenever.
Always ready.
Well, if
Yeah.
you stay ready, I'm pretty sure. What's the rest? You ain't got to get
You
ready.
ain't never got to get ready.
Boom! Well, this has been so much fun. I really enjoyed this one. And Mickie just sang your praises and she said that we're going to love you, but we love you even more than I thought we would. You were amazing. Thank you for being here.
I love you guys so much. I watched all of you
so
guys
much.
growing up and I love you guys so much.
Oh, thank
we're
you for
proud of
being
you.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To your success.
Thanks,
Yes,
Debbie.
so proud of you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
And before you
and we're
go,
gonna
where
work-
can everybody find you? Where can they
yeah.
follow you to make sure they're following and keeping hot on the trail of the hottest flame?
So, you know, you want to follow the hottest flame, you got to follow that heat wave all the way to the top, period. You can find me on Instagram at Hogan Knows Best 18, because I'm the only Hogan that knows best, period. Hogan Knows Best 3 on Twitter. I also have an OnlyFans. I don't really post on there as much as I should, but we're gonna fix that in the coming new year. I'm gonna get it together. Okay, I'm gonna get it together. So just look at my OnlyFans. We're gonna get it together, you know. And I try to be like social on social media, but I want to get better about it in the coming new year. Like you said, mental health and things have stopped me from like posting because I'm such an overthinker. I'm like, should I post this? What about this day? No, I'm not going to do that. So I want to get better about that, like in the new year. So just keep a lookout.
Yeah, we'll stay updated. We're going to put all of your information in the description so you guys can stay updated with everything she's doing. All of those bad bitch tour moves that you need to catch up with. Yes. And just so you know, guys, we, as Mickie mentioned at the beginning of the show, we're going to head over to patreon.com/GawTV for a very special Zoom after party starting at the top of the hour. We're going to head there. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Thanks for being here. And Kiera, we can't wait to see what you do next.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies.
Mwah.
And I'll see you in December.
Yes, I'll see you in December.
This is the word to go, yo.